Hey Tech Head, Spina here. This is kind of an impromptu video, but I was taking my Megane E-Tech to get serviced today for just a minor issue with the bumper. Not the bumper, that doesn't matter. Anyways, so while we were at the service, I was checking out this Renault for E-Tech, and it's kind of more of a budget version. If you go really far, you probably won't be able to hear me since I don't have a microphone. So it's more of a budget car than my Renault Megane E-Tech, of course, but it's kind of cute, so I wanted to check it out, take it for a little test drive, and thought I could show you what it's all about. All right, let's start off by taking a look at the trunk, which is kind of nice. I kind of like it. So it's not automatic. You have to pull it up. That's pretty old school, but that's cool. I have no problem with it. It's a baby seat in there we did not know about. But what I saw in the showroom model, you actually have two little nooks here to put stuff in. I thought that was pretty cool. And well, I guess it is one big nook, but you can separate it by this. It's a pretty spacious trunk. You have a couple pockets here you can put stuff in. Yeah, so take a look. Good stuff. Now, first step when you want to start the car, of course, you're gonna just press this power button, which it's right beside the steering wheel here, so it's really not that difficult to find. It is hiding behind the steering wheel, but if you just take a little different angle, it's pretty easy to find. Okay, so some first impressions from the interior. Again, this is definitely more of a budget car than my Megane E-Tech, but it's actually still a pretty nice interior. This one is not the cleanest it does get used, but let's take a look at some first impressions. So we have our steering wheel. That's pretty standard. It is heated like in my Megane E-Tech, so that is nice during the winter. Of course, you see the button here for that. The infotainment, it's a bit smaller, so I did get kind of used to that big old screen, but you actually can, if you press this little arrow here, then you can get it across the whole screen. So, I mean, I would say that's big enough. So just a quick look at the infotainment. The screen is a bit smaller than in my Megane E-Tech. Again, it is a budget version, but in my opinion, it's still sufficient size. And as you see here, this is the map. If I hit this arrow, I can have the map across the whole screen. So that's pretty cool. I have my Echo score right here. So that gives me some information. We have music, of course. We have the phone, which I am not currently connected via Bluetooth, but you could be if you needed to. Okay, so let's take a look at some applications or some apps that we have in the infotainment. So we have Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. The system is Android Automotive, so we have the Play Store here. And as you can see, we can get like, for example, Waze, French radio. That could be, that could be useful. We have some games going on. Only when you're parked. It says only fun for parking, so don't do that while driving. We have YouTube, music, charge point, weather radar, plug share. That's always useful. We have some EV charger maps, music. That's important. So yeah, some good options there for apps that you can download. And then we have some information about the car itself. So this is all in check, so we're not going to go too deep into that. But yeah, we have some cool things that we can run through here. A couple interesting things. So let's take a look at the top of the infotainment first. So here I have a power button, also volume. So if you're listening to music, this is where you'll be controlling your volume. That's kind of cool. And yeah, I can turn it off using that button as well. One thing that I noticed that kind of took me by surprise, there is no parking setting here. I'm guessing it is also because it's budget, so they're kind of trying to save some money. But so the only thing I did is I ended in neutral, and then if I want to start driving, I will be putting my foot on the brake, of course, and then I will go into drive or reverse. Okay, so let's take just a quick look at the steering wheel. So you see these right here, they kind of look like touch buttons, but they're actually regular buttons that you can press. So that's kind of cool. This is a thing that will help me flip through some options. And I do have some stuff that I can look at on my screen in front of me. Obviously, I'm going to see my consumption. I'm going to see my speed. I'm going to see how I'm maintaining my lanes. Let's see what else we have here. Well, I guess that's just speed again. And other options. Oh yeah, what setting I'm on. So right now I'm on eco setting. Maps. That's useful. Of course, see the battery down here so I can see how charged I am. So it's kind of a nice little screen to have in front of me. Yeah, so steering wheel overall, I like it. It's like nice and easy to control. It is heated, which is nice in the winter. So good stuff. All right, so now let's take a look. Let's see if we have a front. I have my little lever here to pull to open up the front. All right, so moment of truth. Let's find out. No front here. That's a shame. But oh well. Okay, so another thing that's kind of unusual or interesting, different from my car, from my Megane, is that the charging port is up here. So it's one of those just press buttons. But it is on the driver's side. That's not super usual. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And then we can take a look at the back here just to kind of see how much space we have. So it's not the biggest, and if you are like super tall, you might be hitting your head up here a little bit. I have about this much space, and I am 5'8", so take that for what you will. But overall, I would say it's fairly spacious. Like, I don't have super short legs, and I still have some space in front of me. Yeah, overall, pretty comfortable. We do have USB-C charging ports back here for the passengers. That's kind of nice. We'll get back up front. We have a couple up there too, but we do have those. We have seat pockets. So overall, the back seat is pretty nice. Okay, some things I do like about the interior. So we do have hard plastics like up here and up here, as you can see, but the way that it's kind of like textured, so it actually looks quite nice. It doesn't offend me. This is upholstered, so we do have some upholstery up here. And again, this is kind of like a soft, yeah, that's some kind of well, not upholstery, but it's a soft surface here. We do have physical buttons, which is, again, that's really nice while driving if you are just doing something like rolling down the window, adjusting your mirrors. You can do that without having to look down because you do have that touch sensory, memory there. So that's cool. Over here we have, that's our parking brake, of course. We do have 2 USB charging ports up here. This is also a wireless charger. It's a little bit dirty, but that's okay. So that's cool. You can just lay your phone down there. We do have 2 cup holders here, which is a difference from my Megane. And I do appreciate that. So this cup holder, I can't really use with a big, tall cup because this gets in the way. But as you can see, if you have just a shorter cup here, you can definitely have 2 drinks. And that's kind of nice. We can also take a look at this little space. That's pretty small here. You probably won't be fitting a whole lot in there, but it's quite deep. So, yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so this front up here, it's quite nice. We do have hard plastics up front. Up top. But we do have some upholstery. And we have those physical buttons. Overall, I would say that this interior, especially considering it's more of a budget version, I would say it's quite nice. I get a nice feel from it. It feels comfortable, and the seats are quite nice as well. The upholstery is comfortable. It's nice. It has these little details on the side, so you can see that looks pretty luxury, I would say, and they are comfortable. So yeah, I like it. Okay, so some just nice details that we have here. Again, I did mention that we do have the upholstery here, and you can see some nice stitch details. For example, the upholstery is actually quite nice. This has a nice soft feel to it, so it's not those hard plastics. We do have hard plastics in some places, but again, they are textured, so it looks much nicer. Overall, it's just considering that this isn't like the top level. It's actually really nice interior. It is winter now, so that's why it's dirty and probably needs a little cleaning off here and there. But yeah, it's kind of a cool car. If you're interested in, if you've been looking for a new Renault, I definitely recommend it. The infotainment's cool. It's not one of those big old screens, but it's plenty. For me, it's plenty. For you, it might be as well. Interior is nice. The car has a nice feel to it. The drive has a nice feel to it. So yeah, good stuff. So also, I just wanted to point out the rear camera. It's okay, but as you can see, the resolution is not that great. So that's just something to be aware of. You can see it's like a bit pixelated. Yeah, could be better.